Hey guys, so as we all know, Jingliu is going to be one of the old characters that is going to get the much needed buff in 3.0. So for today's video, I will cover Jingliu's buffs, her buffed kit, and everything else you need to reach her full potential. I'll cover what artifacts and ornaments to use, what Lightcones to use, and what teams to use as well. So before talking about her kit, I kind of just want to talk about her kit's buffs, in where Jingliu now scales off of HP. Because of this, her attack boost that she used to receive when consuming allies' HP was rather changed to crit damage, in where instead of converting a certain percentage of the HP consumed into attack percentage, she gains 1 out of 5 stacks every time she consumes allies' HP that increase her crit damage. She also gains an additional stack of syzygy when entering the states, and she gets another stack of syzygy every 20 times that allies' HP are consumed or depleted. She also gets a full revision to 2 of her traces, with one of them providing 15 energy when using her ultimate and 8 energy when using her enhanced skill, instead of advancing her action by 10% when using her enhanced skill. And her other trace now lets her ignore 25% defense once for her next attack once she reaches max stacks of syzygy, instead of increasing her ultimate damage by 25% in the spectral state like it used to before. Whereas now it was moved to her other trace that wasn't revised, where it now increases her ultimate damage by 25% and her effect resistance by 30%. Onto her kit, her skill does single target damage based on her max HP and provides her with 1 syzygy stack. Her ultimate does roughly the same thing, but it also targets adjacent enemies as well and does a lot more damage. For her talents, it states that once Jingliu gains 2 stacks of syzygies, she enters the spectral state, in where she then gets advanced forward by 100%, gains another syzygy stack, and it enhances her skill, which does more damage and attacks adjacent enemies, which she can use for every syzygy stack she has. It also states that using her enhanced skill consumes the HP of allies and gets 1 out of 5 stack that increases her crit damage. It also states that for every 20 times that her allies' HP are consumed or depleted, it gives her 1 more syzygy stack, and that once all stacks are consumed by using her enhanced skill, she exits the spectral state. For her trace, it states that after using her ultimate, you get 15 energy, and when using her enhanced skill, you get 8 more energy. Her next trace states that when Jingliu gets max syzygy stacks, her next attack ignores 25% defense. Her last trace states that when she is in her spectral state, her effect resistance is increased by 35%, and her ultimate damage is increased by 20%. For her artifacts, you're going to want the Scholar Lost in Erudition set, and for an alternative, you're going to want the Longevous Disciple set. For her planner set, the Bone Collections' Serene Damascene would be her best in slot, and for an alternative, you're going to want the Rudolent Arena set. For her chest, you're going to want HP percentage, since she'll scale off of HP now and already gets a massive crit damage boost and a crit rate boost in her kit now. For her boots, you're going to want speed. For her sphere, you're going to want ice damage, and for her rope, you're going to want HP percentage. For her substats, you're going to want HP, crit rate, crit damage, and or speed. For her light cones, her best in slot light cone is going to be Medea's signature light cone, because it increases her max HP, incoming healing, damage dealt, and it consumes her HP. For a 5-star alternative, Blade's signature light cone would be a good option because it increases her crit rate, max HP, and damage dealt. For a 4-star alternative, the Ninja Record Sound Hunt light cone would be a good option because it increases her max HP and crit damage. For another 4-star alternative, the Flames of Far light cone would also be a good option because it heals her and increases her damage dealt. Another good alternative would be a Secret Vow, since it gives her an unconditional damage dealt boost and has the potential to double it to the point to where it is higher than the other 4-stars' damage dealt boost. For her teams, Sunday will be a really good support since he could max out her crit rate fairly easily and advance her forward. Dribby would also be really good since she provides rest penetration and she does more damage depending on the HP of your team, which will be higher because Jingliu is now an HP scaling character. Remembrance MC would also be a good teammate since he can also advance her forward and provides her with the rarest damage boost in the game, that being True Damage, which synergizes with her really well considering this True Damage buff only lasts for around the same amount of time as Jingliu's spectral state. For sustainers, Hyacinth is going to be her best in slot since she increases her max HP and provides a ton of healing and sub DPS as well. Any sustainer other than Hyacinth who can also do a good amount of healing would be good, such as Gallagher, Huohuo, Lingsha, or Luosha. She could also act as a sub DPS with other HP scaling characters such as Medea, Castris, or Blade. Although if you do want to do this type of playstyle, I'd recommend using Tribby, Ruanmei, or Cypher, aka characters who provide team-wide buffs rather than hyper carry single target buff.